Yo, what's good everyone? It is your boy Deke back again with another vid, and this one I'm coming live from my garage. Different setting, different look. I think I might like it though, so we'll see. Maybe I can add some things to the background. I don't know, we'll see if it sticks. But for this video, I'm doing a Sports Illustrated cover review. TJ Watt was on the most recent edition, I believe. I don't think they came out with a new one yet. But I figured I read it, I'll give you some of the key points, some of the interesting things that I took away. And yeah, that's about it, so let's get into it. So the article starts off by talking about how important turnovers are in today's NFL. Offenses and NFL teams have made it a commitment to turn the ball over less just because the stats back it up. If you turn the ball over less than the other team, you're much more likely to win. And you know how the world is. We're getting a lot more analytical, math-based, just looking at numbers. And they said 78% of the teams that win the turnover battle end up winning the game. Now, it's not like that's 60%, 65%, 78%. That's a pretty decent number. And then if you win the turnover battle by more than one, it's even higher. It goes up to like 90%. So basically, the beginning of the article just talks about how important getting turnovers are in today's NFL because getting them is more scarce than ever. They use a little quote from Tomlin where he calls the football your hopes and dreams. So literally, if your team fumbles the ball or throws an interception, Tomlin would say you're literally giving away the team's hopes and dreams. Yeah, it is kind of a funny saying, but with how scarce turnovers are and how important the turnover margin is for winning a game, it kind of makes sense. Now, there are a few things brought up with that switch from the right to the left as to why TJ made a big jump from his rookie year to his second year. One of them, they said it was just that he was playing too safe his rookie year. He didn't want to take as many chances, and he started getting more comfortable in his second year with doing that. I think that just comes with experience going from rookie to second year. And that's not even saying TJ had a bad rookie year. I thought he had an excellent rookie year, but you know, with anything, with experience, you get more confident, comfortable, whatever, and then he started taking more chances in his second year. The article also talked about things that did directly have to do with the switch from right to left outside linebacker. So what TJ talks about is visualization. Now, this is specifically, like I said, due to the switch from right to left outside linebacker. On the right side, you're just going at the quarterback's blind spot. You're not able to see some of these things that TJ mentions. And what does he mention? He talks about the quarterback's drops. You're able to like time it and see what the quarterback's doing. Next, you can see the quarterback's eyes and then also bat down passes much more frequently. So TJ was able to use that to his advantage and study film and practice them. And then there were a couple examples brought up in the article where TJ is looking at subtle things to try to gain an edge that maybe not a lot of other linebackers or people in the league are looking at. One of the things he discovered is whenever a running back or a ball carrier makes a cut, their elbow comes out from their body and there's like a little seam where you could swat at the ball and it's much more easier for it to come out. He works on punching the ball out in practice, working on his timing and everything, but the running backs get pissed off because sometimes he goes a little bit below the belt, gets off target, it gets a little bit painful for the running backs. They get a little pissed off. Sam Darnold can relate because a similar instance happened last year in the Jets game where TJ got the strip sack on Darnold. But instead of just completely whiffing the ball, he was able to get 3 of them. They also mentioned in the opener, whenever TJ Watt was going for the strip sack against Daniel Jones, he hit his arm and they called it an incomplete pass, that he actually messed up. He mistimed it. He should have been able to get the ball. That's what he was going for, but accidentally hit his arm and they called it an incomplete pass. He said it still should have been called a sack fumble, but that's just not how they called it. They called it incomplete. But what's crazy to me is that play, anyone watching the game, fans, whoever, would say, man, TJ made an amazing play there. I think we all could agree to that. For him to say that he mistimed it, he messed up, he made an accident, it's just kind of crazy to me. That just goes to show you how good TJ is right now. It's almost like a professional golfer hitting an approach shot. Whenever they hit it 10 feet away and they get pissed about it or they say they messed up, that's just how dialed in it seemed TJ is with his preparation, his work ethic, and just his overall play on the field. And then they finish up the article by almost pointing back to the beginning, but then doubling down and actually saying the strip sack may be the most important turnover in the league right now. The beginning talks about how turnovers just in general are valuable, but the end talks about how maybe the strip sack is more important because if you get an interception, it may be more or less like a punt where you get it 20, 30 yards down the field, maybe it's 10 yards, but a strip sack, that is completely changing possession at the line of scrimmage or maybe even closer for the offense to get a touchdown. And who is the best at getting the strip sacks, the forced fumbles? Right now it is TJ Watt. They point to a stat where he is 14, the most out of any other player in the past 2 seasons. Hence why TJ Watt is on the cover of this Sports Illustrated. He excels at maybe one of the most important aspects in the NFL in turnovers, and then dominates in perhaps the most valuable portion of that aspect in forced fumbles / strip sacks. So shout out to TJ Watt making the cover of Sports Illustrated. Just want to give you guys a quick recap. I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay chillin' and peace.